Hey everyone, Lauren from A Girl and Her Wool here, and Fibonacci, who just got up to come on over. So today I'm going to be doing a shop update slash shop announcements video for you. There's a lot going on. I have so much to show you and I'm excited to talk about all of it. So I'll try and keep like each thing kind of short. Because this might end up being longer. So if you haven't grabbed your crafting yet, go grab it, pause the video, grab some stitch markers if you're gonna need them soon, grab scissors, tapestry needle, whatever you're gonna need to get through this vlog. Nacho needed the window open, so whatever you need, go grab it. All right. So how I'm going to kind of go through this is, one, I'm going to talk about some general shop announcements. There's not many, but I'm going to start with that. I'm then going to just quickly talk through things that I've already released into the shop this month. So things that kind of have been released into the shop since the last shop update vlog. And then I'm going to talk about what's new in the shop. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about what's kind of upcoming. So stick around. You won't want to miss it, of course. And let's just get right into it. So for shop announcements, the first one I wanted to talk about is my processing time. So I publish a 3 to 5 day business day processing time, and I don't anticipate that to formally change or informally change. I will be updating the processing time I publish on my website to more like 10 business days, but I still anticipate like 95% of orders going out within 3 to 5 business days. Expanding this out is just going to be, I'm getting my second dose tomorrow when you guys are seeing this, as is my husband. The rest of our families are actually already vaccinated. So as things kind of enable us to be able to visit family that we haven't seen in a very long time, I don't want to have to say no to those opportunities. And like, these conversations have already started of like me not being able to go places for a long time because of my business. So I want to just have increased processing time to enable me to like say yes to opportunities, to seeing friends and family, and not worrying about the business and getting orders out in 3 to 5 days. So again, I don't anticipate this to impact all orders. Most of your orders are still going to ship out within 3 to 5 business days. But I also don't want to tell the internet when I'm not going to be home. So I don't want to be like, oh guys, I'm going to be out of the shop for a week. I'm not going to be home for a week, so I'm going to have a longer processing time. So this will kind of just be a blanket kind of safety shield for me, that I will have a longer processing time, but really in reality, you won't really see that impact. And if you have any questions about when an order will ship, you are more than welcome to reach out to me and ask me. When I get your order in, I actually go through and I plan exactly like when each step is going to happen. So I always know when your order is expected to ship. So if you ask me like one-on-one in an email, I don't mind telling you like, I'm not home this week, it'll ship next week. I just don't want to tell the internet when I'm not gonna be home. So, and also like if people are here, I don't want to like be hidden away and unavailable and all of that. So I'm sure you guys can all understand. This could also be like when I start commuting back to work. There are no plans for me to actually be starting to commute back to work for many months still. So eventually that's going to happen though. So again, this is just kind of a safety net for me. But again, you should see your order ship within 3 to 5 days. And then kind of like the other general shop announcement is, if you haven't checked out Tuesday's Dye With Me, I definitely recommend you should. It's getting great feedback, and when I was editing that vlog, I was like, this is a good one. Like, good job, Lauren, this is a good one. And it seems like the viewers agree. So if you haven't ever watched one of my Dye With Me's, it's a great one to start with. It was a lot of fun, and I think the results were like pretty good, like, kind of going after what I kind of was intending to do. So it was a lot of fun. And then also just know that if you are not currently signed up for the Dye With Me Club, the price will be increasing after this next iteration of it. So starting June 2nd, the price is going to go up with the Dye With Me Club. So if you haven't heard that announcement yet, and it's something you're interested in, you can hear more about it in Tuesday's Dye With Me. So again, recommend checking that out, and considering joining that club. Okay, so that is the kind of overarching shop announcements. Nothing really else going on here, just kind of status quo, which means that I have lots to show you in terms of new things. But first, things that I have released so far, or since our last shop update vlog. So the first thing that I want to show you guys that I don't think made it into the last shop update, but if it did, my apologies, you're gonna see it again, are kits for the Kentia shawl. So this is a pattern by Amba O'Brien, and this sample was knit for me by Wendy, so thank you, Wendy. Using my Spring Rainbow Gradient set, which is a really light pastel spring gradient, rainbow gradient, that each skein of the set is one color, and then it has speckles of the same color on top of it. So if you look at like this blue section in here, you can just maybe not see, you just get kind of like bits of a dark blue on top of the light blue, which is where those speckles are. And the kind of other color used as the contrast is Before the Rain, which is a really pretty light gray blue that I've had in my shop forever. And it just, if you love like a good subtle rainbow that's not like pure primary colors, this is such a good one. It's a mosaic pattern. It's super squishy. It's just a really nice, fun pattern that's super colorful, but not like crazy, what is that person wearing colorful. Not that like you can't wear a good rainbow, but you know what I mean. So kits for this are now in the shop, as well as like the Spring Rainbow Gradient set. That would have been in a prior shop update vlog, but that is in the shop too. Okay, and then the other thing that released in the shop since we last had one of these are advents, and these actually just released this week. So I'm doing this similar to how I did it last year, where I have two different kits, and there's going to be one advent calendar that is a fade or a gradient, and then the other is a random mystery minis one. So I'm going to talk about the gradient one first. So that one is a beach sunset themed gradient set. I use a photo in the advertisement for it for the listing, but it's not like my yarn clubs where I make a colorway based on the photo. That's just kind of like a listing photo basically. It's all complete mystery. There may be some colors that come out of that photo, but there will be others for sure. So think about laying on the beach as the sun goes down. That's kind of the overall feel. It's not dyed up yet, so I can't really let you know any other colors at this point, but it will be pretty, that's for sure. And with, yeah, so that's the fade one. So kind of like that beach sunset feel picture theme. And then the other one is the random mystery minis one. So for that one, I'm going to be doing it a little bit different than last year. So this is going to work similar to my mystery minis that I offer in the shop, where this one, there won't be an overall theme. It'll kind of just be random color that you receive every day. They may or may not coordinate into like one cohesive look. But they could be, this is what's going to be different than last year, is that they could be regular colorways or one of a kinds. They could be all tonals or speckles. So what I did last year was I created 25 colors for the advent set. So everybody who ordered the mystery mini one basically had the same color that they opened on day 1 and day 2 and day 3. This year they're going to be completely unique to everybody, meaning that you may have some overlap with some people, but you may not. And again, it's going to be completely unique and one of a kind to you. So if you love just random minis, that is definitely the calendar for you. It was really interesting last year to see what people picked, and it was definitely like probably split between the fade and the mystery minis. For both of those calendars, you choose if you want 10 gram or 20 gram minis. You'll choose if you want the sock or the DK base. And you're going to choose if you want your 25th skein to be a mini or an 100 gram skein. So you'll either get all 25 minis or you'll get 24 minis plus an 100 gram skein. And all three of those options are kind of up to you. For both calendars, every single day's skein will be wrapped and numbered, so you can just pick one out every day and have a fun little surprise every single day. My calendars are yarn only, so I don't include anything else in it. It's just strictly yarn. And the prices you see listed include shipping, so I don't charge an additional shipping fee above what you see listed unless you're outside of the US, sorry. So the shipping is included if you're in the US. It's kind of like my standard shipping policy. US ships for free, and then I have like kind of low flat rate everywhere else. So if you haven't already, go check out the advent calendars. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of work, but they are certainly a lot of fun to both make and then see what people create with them. So definitely recommend checking that out. I also will say, well, we'll talk about that at the end. So I also have 8 nights of Hanukkah kits. So if you celebrate Hanukkah, I mean, honestly, basically you just get a choice if you want an 8 skein set or a 25 skein set. But if you celebrate Hanukkah and you don't like the idea of advent calendars, I do have 8 nights of Hanukkah kits where you will again receive 1 skein for every day, with 8 being total. I know Hanukkah is starting in late November for both of these, 8 nights of Hanukkah and the Advents. I plan to ship them late October, early November, so you should have it in time. My plan will be to ship the Hanukkah ones, like that will be my priority first just because of those few extra days in there, but both will be sent in time prior to the start of the respective time. So for the 8 nights of Hanukkah kits, they're going to mirror the Advent. So again, there are 2 options. You can get the fade, which is also a beach sunset theme. It may be a condensed version of the Advent gradient. It may be a portion of it. Last year I kind of did a condensed version, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do this year. But again, it's kind of that beach sunset feel, may or may not be represented by the picture. For the mystery one, same idea, it'll be random. Every person will kind of get a unique one. What's different about the 8 nights of Hanukkah is because it's only 8 of them, I actually open up what sizes you can get. So you can actually get the 10 gram or 20 gram minis, but you can actually also get anything up to 100 gram skeins. So if you want to open a 100 gram skein for 8 days in a row, the option exists. So again, that will exist for both Advent, or for both fade and mystery minis kits. So those are the Advent and Hanukkah kits. Again, they're already live. Keep in mind, please purchase those separately. If you want to order other things that you're going to see in this update, please just make 2 separate orders. Again, shipping is included. It's no difference to you how many orders you make, so please order the Advents separately. Otherwise, it's just a mess on the back end for me. Again, the Advents won't, and the Hanukkah kits will not ship until the fall. So anyway, I hope you guys are excited about them. Last year, I kind of called it like a mountain theme, so that's why I thought it'd be fun to do like a beach theme this year. The last thing that launched since I last saw you is the splash pad exclusive colorway called On the Boardwalk. So here is a skein of it. It's got like a light blue, dark blue, white base with really fun, colorful speckles that just reminded me of a fun day at the pool. So called On the Boardwalk. So it reminds me of a fun day on the boardwalk too, I guess. So that is live in the shop, and I actually have a swatch of it knit up so you can see how it will knit up. Again, it's just kind of a random speckly variegated skein. If you don't know what the splash pad party is, it's a really fun make along that lasts for 2 months over the summer, and it starts Memorial Day weekend and goes through the end of July. It's hosted by Boston Jen from the Down Cellar Studio podcast, so I'll link down below to her website where she has all the information. You can also check out like her group on Ravelry, but you have time. But I like to get the exclusive colorway up a little early for people who are planning ahead. And again, that's available like any size skein, kind of normal. So anyway, make sure you go check that out. Whether or not you participate in the knit along, make along, you can use and buy this colorway, but it will retire after the conclusion of the make along. So I am a Pro Shop sponsor, which means you get extra entries in for prizes if you use my yarn, and then if you use the exclusive colorway, you get extra entries. So there's that. The last thing with the Splash Pad party is, because I'm a sponsor, I'm hosting a kickoff event Memorial Day weekend. So the 29th, Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, that's my slot. I'll be live here on YouTube. I'm going to be airing a recorded, I've already recorded it, me dyeing up the exclusive colorway. And so I'll just like air that and then be live chatting with you guys about it, answering questions, whether it's about the dyeing or just me or my business, whatever it is you want to talk about. So mark your calendars. There's going to be a whole lot of fun events that weekend with all the different sponsors. So definitely make sure you come join me and the other sponsors who are putting these events together. So that is it with like the already released. Oh, one more. My craft journal sticker kits are released for June. I try to stay a month ahead for the planners out there. I also released 2 new kits this month. So one is for mystery knit alongs. So as I was going through the Caledenia mystery knit along, I thought it would be fun to have one specific to that. So it allows you to track your clues and everything. For those of you who saw my sticker shop update vlog last week, you know I had deadline as one of the words on there twice. So just to let you guys know, I did update it. It now says new techniques, which I love. So if you learned any new techniques during the project, you can track it with that. And I do have new techniques also as like its own sticker sheet. So for any of your projects, if you want to add like what you learned basically, you can do it with those. So those are exciting. And then of course, festivals are going to be gonna be back. I know a lot are still virtual right now. So I also have festival kits that of course work whether the festival is virtual or in person. So if you want to plan ahead for a festival, or you want to make a memory keepsake about the festival later on, that's a great sticker kit to do for that. So that's officially it with what's been released. So let's get into the new stuff. I know this is long, I warned you. How's that sock going? All right, so again, lots of new stuff this month. Let's start with the favorite packs. So I've talked about this for a little bit. I've talked about this a lot, that May is my birthday month, and so I celebrated it by putting together favorite packs. So I went through a lot of my colorways and thought, what are my favorite things in the shop? So one of them is my Mountain Springs Lake gradient set. That is probably my personal favorite gradient set that I offer. I actually love blues and browns together, and so it's also like a special tribute, I guess, to my husband and me. So it's sentimental, but it also are 2 of my favorite colors paired together. So I absolutely love that. So what does that mean? That means that my sock favorite kit was the Mountain Springs Lake colorway, which I created specially for this pack, and I'm looking around at the bins of yarn I have around me to show you. So this is the colorway, and if you saw like the day in the life vlog, you know I talked about adding more browns to it, and I did. So you definitely get like a good mashup of the blues and the browns. It totally, to me, has the overall theme of the gradient set. So in the gradient set, you get this like bright blue speckles across the whole gradient, as well as some of the brighter golds, and then it is a gradient from like a dark blue to a light blue, light brown to dark brown. So you get all of that within this skein. And I decided to pair it with a good brown. So again, overall the skein is pretty blue, and I just thought another good way to bring out the brown was to make that the contrast color. So the sock favorite pack comes with an 100-gram skein of Mountain Springs Lake on the sock base, a 20-gram contrast skein of this brown, and then you also get a 100-gram skein of my birthday colorway. So they're not meant to go together by any means. They're meant to like kind of be used separately, but you do get an 100-gram skein of it on my sock base. It also will come with 5 10-gram mystery minis on my sock base as well. So you get the sock set, the birthday skein, and then 5 mystery minis. For all the favorite packs, they're all already dyed up. They're not dyed to order, so there won't be any customization with it. They're kind of like they are what they are. So thought I'd mention that as well. The second one is a shawl kit. And I'll show you guys my Ashbrook shawl. So this is one of my favorite makes to date, and it totally is one of my favorite trio of colors. So you have denim, Fourth and Goal, and Before the Rain in here. So whether or not you want to make this exact shawl or another one, or use the colors for whatever you want, I thought it made sense to make the kit be, that's totally it backwards, make the kit be this trio of colors that I just absolutely love, and make that the shawl kit. So, and this is Before the Rain, which is the contrast color of the Kentia shawl kit as well. So again, that gray blue color. But this is the trio. So again, denim is the kind of medium dark blue, Fourth and Goal, which has like pinks and like a rust color, and blue and like browns, and then Before the Rain. And I just love those as a trio. It will make a great 3-colored shawl, or of course you can kind of mix and match any of them into other projects. And then of course it comes with the birthday skein as well, on an 100-gram skein on the sock base, as well as the mystery minis. So that is the shawl kit. So the last one is a hat / mittens kit. So it's 2 50-gram skeins on my DK base, so you could make either or. This is Hibiscus Tea, and this is London Fog. I did do a dye with me dyeing up these colorways that I used for the Stephen West mystery knit along, and they're one of my favorite kind of high contrast pairings that I have in the shop. So I think that they would make a beautiful 2-color hat or mittens, like if you wanted to do color work mittens. You could also do like a striped hat, or you know, do the brim in one color and the other one the other way. Again, this is DK weight and 2 50-gram skeins. So because this is DK, the favorite pack, the Hatman's favorite pack, comes with the birthday color on DK. So if you are a color or a DK lover, this is a good one. And then this also comes with 5 mystery minis, but it will be 5 mystery minis on the DK base. So that is that. So those are the favorite packs. Again, they're all dyed up, so it's kind of what's in stock is in stock. I don't necessarily expect them to sell out by any means, so you should be able to grab some if you want it. And again, those are now live in the shop. Okay, so I have just one new colorway this month, and that's because I was doing the favorite packs plus some of these other kits you'll see after. But oh yeah, and the Mountain Springs Lake colorway is not currently available as a colorway in my shop. Eventually it will be, but I'm kind of holding it exclusive to the favorite packs. The birthday colorway is the same idea. It's exclusive to the favorite packs, but I don't intend to ever release this as a colorway unless like next year I do like birthday colorways of years past or something. So what do you think of it? Huh? You like it? He's like sitting on the arm of the chair. I think he knows that's the only chance he has to be in the video. Okay, so those are the favorite packs. So the one new colorway that I have this month. So one of my first best-selling colorway was called Pebbles in the River. It sold really well. People really loved it, but it was a really hard colorway to sell, just meaning, or not to sell, to dye. So it was hard to get really a lot of consistency around it. And when I was early in my shop and I would get like an order a month or an order every other week or something, I had the time to fix it, right? I had the time to make it better. But when my shop picked up, it just was too much stress. It wasn't worth it to me to keep it in the shop. It also completely destroyed my pan, so I would then lose access to a pan for like a week while it had to like soak out all of like the dye that the pan soaked in. So it was just not worth it anymore, so I retired it. And I have since decided to come up with a new formula for Pebbles in the River. So I'm keeping it with the same name because honestly it looks very similar, but it's a much more repeatable colorway that uses completely different dyes but comes up with the same aspect of it. So I am going to be re-releasing Pebbles in the River. You can see it in the background here, and I'll hold it in a second when Nacho is done with his lovey-dovey time. But that is now available on all bases, and I have, this is a sample that I knit up with it and one of my other colorways called Love at First Sight. So you can kind of see here, it's a blue-green color that has speckles of brown, and it actually has some other speckled colors in it as well. And I actually really enjoy these two colors together. This is the Two Colored Socks by Joji Locatelli, and it's my BFL sock base. So again, I'll hold it up. The new version is a little bit more blue and a little less green, but overall very similar. Okay, so here is the colorway. So this is Pebbles in the River, new and improved. Again, you get that blue-green base. Like I said, it's a little bit more blue than the prior version used to be, but then again, you get the dark speckles in there as well as some other speckles that may or may not show up well on camera, but as you knit with them, you kind of get different rainbowy kind of speckles on them. So holding it up to the sock, you will definitely see how it's more blue than it used to be. It used to be more green for sure. But yeah, so it's a similar overall feel to it. I'm happy with calling this Pebbles in the River, but again, if you knew the old Pebbles in the River, don't buy this expecting it to match. It won't match. But I wanted to bring that color back. So for those of you who have been missing Pebbles in the River, it's officially back in the shop. And again, May was the perfect month to bring it back because of my favorite things. Overall theme of the month. All right, we're getting there, but we're still got more to do. So I've had a couple of samples come back, and I love that these samples came back at the same time because they both involve two colorways that I've had in my shop. One of which is Frozen, which is a really pretty bright blue and purple colorway, and then Girl on Fire. So these are typical of my winter colorways. I know Girl on Fire isn't a typical winter colorway, but I love like the contrast of the coldness, like outside in winter, snowstorm, with the snuggling up next to the fire type of feel. And so it is so perfect that I got these samples back together. So I'm gonna start with the Girl on Fire one. So this is, like I said, Girl on Fire, and this is its contrast skein, which I've decided to call Empowered. So like, this girl is on fire, she's empowered. And the color, you can see it's mostly black skein, but you get those overtones of red, and it really, the red comes out in person against Girl on Fire. So the sample that I had knit up, so thank you Carissa for knitting this, is the Rolling Tide Cowl. This is a pattern by Yvonne Poon, who is the Gamer Babe knitter, on Ravelry and Instagram with that handle, and she has some really great designs. So I searched for brioche cowl, like I knew I wanted a 2-color brioche cowl for this set, and then I was looking through her other designs, and they're just all really, really nice. So definitely go check her out. So you can see, let me just see if I have this right. So you have kind of one design on the front, and then the back is a little bit different. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this pattern and this yarn were just made for each other. Like, I just think it looks so good. It just shows the pattern so well, and the pattern shows the color so well. Like, it was a match made in heaven, and I just love it so much. So there are different size options for this kit. So for Girl on Fire and Empowered, I have this as a 2-color mix and match kit in my shop. So you can get it for any project you want. You can get mix and match the size skeins, large of one, small of the other, 100-gram skeins, whatever. But I also do have a pattern base kit for this. So I'm excited to do that. I reached out to Yvonne to like make sure she was all okay and good with it. So I'm excited that she loved how this came out as well, and was excited to have the kit in my shop. So you can, again, there's 4 different sizes that you can do, and I believe Carissa knit the size 2, which is like not super close to your neck, but it wasn't a double looped one either. What I did in my shop was I offered up 2 different sizes. So kit A is 60 grams of each, which is what Carissa used. So that was gave her a little bit of wiggle room to get this size done. It obviously would work for the size down. And then I did a larger kit, which is the 100 gram skeins of each, and that should be enough based on the pattern for the 2 larger sizes. So just kind of, if you do want to make this pattern out of this kit, this exact version was made with like kit A in my shop, the 60 grams of each. But go look at the pattern, see what you want to do, and you can always reach out to me with questions. This is a DK weight kit, so these are DK weight. It is so squishy and so good. This is so good. So again, this size is like the size that it's not like super tall, but it's not super short either. It's not super tight, but it's like, it's so good. Also, what I love about brioche is the reversibility of it. So if you don't want the bright fire colors, but you love it together, you can get, you can use it this way where you get the pops of it. You still see the design, but it's like not so crazy and bright. So anyway, that's the Rolling Tide Cowl. And I'll have, in the listing, it has links to the pattern. You can buy it on Ravelry or Etsy. Okay, so then set number 2, like I showed you, comes with Frozen and Frozen's contrast, which I've now finally named as Thawed. So Frozen and Thawed. So make fun of my cheesiness all you want. I went for it. I did it. We have Frozen and Thawed. Thawed is similar to Overnight Oats without the speckles, but it's a light cream brown base. There's just no gray and no like pops of like the brighter color that I speckle on Overnight Oats. So it kind of goes well for that. So Lisa very kindly knit up some samples for me for this as well. This is the Ice Time Cowl. So again, we have 2 cowls, and again, I'm so excited about this, that I have Frozen and Girl on Fire as like matching things, because those colors are like brother and sister. But anyway, this is the Ice Time Cowl, which is a pattern by Boston Jen. I've knit this myself out of colors that I don't really use so much in the shop anymore, which I should, but I haven't. But I thought it would be great to have the Ice Time theme with Frozen, so I also went for that. So you get Thawed as the main color, and then Frozen is like the pop of color, which is just so pretty, and it works really well. So Jen has this. So first of all, this is, brioche knitting. So just throwing that out there if you didn't figure it out. Right, this is brioche. Honestly, like I did my first brioche project with increases and decreases. I think you can do it, but definitely maybe you need a beginner brioche pattern first. But Carissa did not have much experience with brioche before doing this, so throwing that out there. The Ice Time Cowl is also 2 color, but it's mosaic knitting, so you're only ever using 1 color in a row. So if you haven't done much color work and you want to do color work but you're nervous about using more than 1 color, this is a great option. And I loved knitting this when I knit it myself. It's such a quick, good pattern, and really pretty. I love the look of it. So Jen also has matching sets. So often as knitters, we kind of have non-matching accessories, right? But she designed multiple accessories out of the same pattern. So this is the Ice Time hat. It's the exact same thing, Frozen and Thawed, with Thawed as the main color. So you can have a matching hat to your cowl. And then Jen recently actually came out with the fingerless mitts. So you can have matching mitts as well for your hat and cowl. And she sells all the patterns separately, so you can do whatever you want. But again, same thing. So what I have in the shop, again, frozen and thawed are available wherever I put them, are available as mix and match 2 colorway kits, so you can get whatever sizes of these skeins you want as a set. If you like this pattern, I also have the Ice Time Trio is what I called it. And within that listing, you have 4 choices. You can get enough yarn just to make the cowl. You can get enough yarn just to make the hat. You can get enough yarn just to make the 2 mitts, or you can choose to get enough to get all 3 done. So I think that's 100 grams of frozen and 120 grams of the thawed colorway. The kits are designed so that you use it in this way. If you wanted to reverse it and make frozen the colorway, I just recommend going to the 2 colored listing instead and making it yourself. If you buy through the kit, you do save money in general. I list kits at a discount off of the kind of generic listing, but that is an option. So again, more kits in the shop with beautiful samples. I'm so excited about it. You guys know this, I absolutely love making these pattern-based kits. Again, you need just a little extra to make all 3, to like comfortably make all 3. And it's nice that, you know, you don't have to buy a whole second skein. I also will say the amount is like enough to do the different sizes. Like I'm assuming she has different size hats. I forget exactly, but it's enough to do all 3 comfortably. Whew, I'm exhausted. So that is everything new in the shop. It's not that much, right? We've got 2 new samples, one of which has like 3 different things. 1 new colorway, Pebbles in the River, the favorite packs, and then I guess technically advents, but those were already listed. So I hope you guys can find something you like. I am going to talk a little bit about what's upcoming, so stick around for that. That's going to be really quick. But if you have any questions about what's in the shop, let me know. And I would love to chat about it. I'd love to know what you guys think about this update. What are you looking to have in the shop in the future? And if you like the idea of these kits as well, let me know if there are patterns you'd love to see kits for. All right, so kind of like last minute like upcoming news. So one thing is just remember that I have a 10% off coupon code, agirlandherwool10, that you can use for 10% off your order anytime. And that's just a thank you to you guys following me here on YouTube, shopping in my shop, following me on Instagram. It's just a thank you to all of you. So feel free to use agirlandherwool10 for 10% off your order anytime. That will not be applied to the Advent or the 8 Nights of Hanukkah kits. So just throwing that out there. The other thing is, so now for like actually what's upcoming is, again, it's my birthday month. So I'm going to do a fun little birthday along type of thing. So if you and I originally, when I talked about this in like my day in the life, I said you had to get a favorite pack to participate, but I'm going to open this up to everybody. If you use a Girl and Her Wool yarn during the month of May or June, or if you're even just looking at it or staring at it or whatever about it, you're looking at the shop, whatever it is, you can use hashtag a Girl and Her Wool and then hashtag AGAHW birthday, and that will enter you to win a $30 gift card to my shop at agirlandherwool.com. So really what it is just taking pictures of my yarn, or you knitting with my yarn, or maybe you have finished projects with my yarn. There's no rules. You don't have to knit something. You can kind of just share and show my yarn. So again, it's my 2-year anniversary. It's fun to just think back on memories. So whatever it is you want to post about my shop, maybe you're watching it dye with me, whatever it is you want to show, you can enter as many times as you want. Just it is going to be an Instagram thing, so you'll have to post on Instagram to win, and I will check those hashtags at the end of June. So sometime in July I will announce the winner, probably in like the July shop update vlog. We'll just say that in the July shop update vlog. So the first Friday in July I will share that. the winner. So consider participating. If you have never shopped my yarn, you can certainly shop this update. You can also sign up for a yarn club, whether it's my mystery yarn club or my Dye With Me club. I'd love to have you using my yarn, watching my vlogs, whatever it is that you want to do. So let me know if you have any questions about that. And kind of along those lines, I will be doing random events this month. So all May long, I will be doing these flash sales. So I did flash sales for Cyber Monday in November or December, whenever it was last year. And I'm going to continue to do that. So some may last a weekend, some might last a day, some might last 6 hours. I'm just gonna put random things on sale for random amounts off. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at agirlandherwool so you don't miss out on any of the birthday celebration flash sales. Whatever makes me happy in that moment, it's just gonna go on sale for an indeterminate amount of time. It'll all be announced like at that time, but right now I have no clue what's gonna happen. But I think it will be fun. So I'm not guaranteeing everything in the shop goes on sale at some point, but you'll just have to stick around and see. So that is officially it with this very long shop update vlog. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for all of this. If you made it till the end here, thank you, sincerely. And again, check out Tuesday's Dye With Me if you haven't already. And then on Tuesday is my actual birthday. So it's my shop's 2-year birthday, and I'm going to be reminiscing. I'm going to do a look back on the first 2 years. So if you have any questions, Q&A type of thing, I'm happy to do that. You can put them down below. So I will see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.